It's Wednesday, my dudes, and I wanted to do kind of a midweek studio check-in. Not necessarily a vlog. I just feel like in like this semi-manic haze. I started like 5 projects and want to hold myself accountable for them. My goal is to finish them either by the end of this weekend or before next weekend. The bad thing is I have yet to dive into my buckets of work in progresses. Okay, that's a lie. I finished some scarves that I had all the pieces done for and I just needed to sew together. So instead of like 3 or so separate bins, it is now 2 separate bins in a bag. I don't know. I don't remember. I'll link that video where I go through all my works in progress. The point is that it's growing. My pile is growing and I'm doing the opposite of what I want to do because I wanted to start new things. So a bit of a like market prep thing. I have a market this Friday in 2 days and I really want to get this tote done. I make 4 granny squares with flowers on them, 2 panels, and I do kind of just a band of single crochets to connect the 2. So it's like a little tote bag, right? So I have this panel done. I just have all the squares for the other panel that I need to stitch together and then just do that final single crochet and everything together. So I'm trying to get this done before Friday's market, and the market is in the afternoon, night-ish, so it should be fine. I'm gonna be honest, I don't block these just because I think the way that they end up, I don't need to reshape them or resize them. Everything lays pretty flat and looks the way that I want it to, so I don't block them. Is that bad? Because I don't need to block it, I think I can get it done, and if I don't get it done, I think I can get it done at the show and just put it out at the show. Huh? So that's this. That's project number 1. Project number 2 is, and this, I'm not gonna count this as me being crazy and just adding to my work in progresses because this was kind of like a request. So we're going on family vacation and we're staying at this Airbnb and we like to leave little presents for the Airbnb hosts because they're super sweet and whatever. I'm making this just market bag that's kind of color scheme themed after the location we're going to. So I made the base of the bag, but I'm gonna zhuzh it up. I'm gonna jazz it up with some appliques and patchy things, maybe some beads. I don't know, just make it kind of like themed after the place that we are going to. So it's a little customized, but it's functional, a themed market bag. So I need to finish this before we go on the trip. That's the next project. Project number 2. Project number 3. 3? Project number 3 is, okay, so I made this like scrappy tassel garland thing like this one, but way cooler. This piece of hair driving me crazy. I need it to not do what it's doing. Project number 3. Whose dog is this? Whose dog is this? Okay, anyway, project number 3, the garland. Right, so I did this like scrappy garland. I don't have any good photos of it, so I'm not gonna show you. I just wanted to make something fun and use a different process than what I was used to using. Like I'm getting sick of crochet. I'm not getting sick of crochet. I'm getting sick of feeling like the only thing I'm allowed to do is crochet per my own rules. So I tried to like break it up, free myself up a little bit, do something that I haven't done in a while, you know. So I just made like giant tassels, strung them all up into a garland type thing, added some little stars, made it super cutesy. My sister saw it and asked me to make her one for her birthday, despite the fact that I already made her birthday present and bought her another present, whatever. So she picked out the color scheme and these are what the individual tassels look like. I have all the tassels done. I just need to attach them to the strand and then weave in all the ends, secure everything and call it a day. So here's this, the string. Imagine this. Imagine it. Huh? And then picture in between each of the tassels on the strand, they're just little, okay, well, little star, that's a horrible representation. Just little star, double-sided star details hanging from the thing as well. You know, you can visualize that. We can all do that together. Good job. So I just need to kind of assemble everything. It shouldn't take too long, so I'm not too worried about it. I also did something related to this, related to the garland, kind of. I was brushing my cat on Monday, and then I was just holding his fur in my hand. Not my cat, My sister's cat. I was holding his fur in my hand and I was like, man, this would be so good to spin. And I had collected his fur a while ago for that purpose, but in my mind I was like, but I need to wash it first and like prep it properly, and I don't know. I was just in a mood on Monday and decided to just fucking grab a spindle and do it. And I spun up whatever chunk of the wool, the cat wool that I had, and made some yarn. Here's a photo of said cat with said yarn. And that's so cute. That's so cute. My sister saw that I had spun up yarn and asked me to incorporate it into the garland that I'm making her somehow. So I just crocheted it all up into a little star. Isn't that adorable? Isn't that so adorable? Isn't that so cute? And it didn't bother me at all that I'm really allergic to cats. It was fun. It was cool. It was easier than what I thought it was. And that's all I have to say about it. So that's kind of project number 3. Yes, all in this fucking bag. Project number 4, that's kind of an ongoing thing. So I'm doing Rougarou Fest in October. I wanted to prep some limited edition for me, for my shop, swampy things, to be in the spirit of it, to sell there, to whatever. So I'm using Natalie's Crochet Corners tutorial for alligators, and I'll link that below and link her Etsy or her whatever's, you know. So I'm just using that pattern to make little gators and whatever yarn I just have laying around. I got this one. And I got this guy. Isn't he so cute? And I love his little arms, his little floppy arms. But they're like substantial. I like this pattern a lot. I'm not an amigurumi person, you know? I don't really do it. I've only dabbled a little bit and I can't wrap my head around it super well, but the pattern was super nice and I think it'll be a fun swampy addition to my little booth for that fest. So I got these 2 done and I'm currently using some of the last bit of my Juicy Couture yarn to make this one, is the one that I got going on right now. So that's project number 4. And project number 5, I'm super excited about. So I, back in the day, a couple years ago, did this series where I collected concert photos over the years and isolated some audience members, like silhouetted hands. So I collected those photos, I wove them, I turned them into little weavings. It was just this fun series that I did that was part of a bigger project. I've been wanting to continue that series, but I don't have access to the same loom, and I want to make them bigger than the current tapestry loom that I have, and I don't feel like making a new loom just for this, and I want it to be flexible and whatever. Time and time again, I thought that I should just use tapestry crochet techniques to continue that series, maybe restart or revamp it, because I just think about it all the time. Literally every time I go to a concert, what fascinates me about going to shows specifically is not only just because like live music is fucking awesome, but it's about the community of it all. It's about the people who are at the show. So there are some shows that I go to where the crowd is just horrible. They're horrible and they're mean and they're weird, and I don't have as much fun as when I go to other shows, and it feels like there's a community. It feels like the people that are there are open to being around other people. Does that make sense? I swear to God, I've been to shows where people get annoyed that there are other people around them, which is crazy. The thing that is magical to me is the community, is the other audience members at the show. Even when I was much younger, when I was in high school and I wanted to be a band photographer, the thing that I would take photos of wasn't ever the band. It was always the collective reaction to being at an event together. I think that was like the most fascinating part, and feeling belonging, but also feeling like an individual. And I don't know, they're like, shows are like the only space that I feel not anxious, and I feel grounded, and I feel, and it sounds cringy and it sounds annoying, but I feel like I belong. I think everyone deserves to have a space like that in some way. So this is just me expressing how that belonging is. Like when you're standing there staring at this wall, it feels like these tiny little moments and like little flickers of moments are still like bigger than you and surrounding you. Whatever. I wanted to continue the series. I took this photo at a Pierce the Veil show in 2023 and I cropped it to this. So thank you to whoever's hand this is. Shout out to that person. And I ran it through Stitch Fiddle, which I have never used before. I swear to God, someone recommended that I use it years ago, but you had to like pay to use it. But maybe that was never true. Maybe I just didn't want to make an account. But I thought that there was something blocking like general functions, but it was easy. Let me know if it has always been free, where you don't need to sign up and you don't need to pay or something. Because I feel like maybe it's a Mandela thing and it's always been that way, and then I was like in a different dimension or something. Whatever. I did the sizing and the swatching and the color picking and whatever. I just picked from colors that I had on hand after I printed out the thing. Don't judge me. I've never done tapestry crochet. I didn't watch a video on how to do it. I have no fucking clue what I'm doing except for winging it, and this is what I this is driving me crazy. This is what I have so far. I just got the tips of the fingers. I don't know. As you can see, it's gonna kind of be, I don't know what I set it to, a couple feet wide, however many feet long, but it's just gonna be the hand. So this is what I got done yesterday, kind of going on and off and jumping around to things. I think I can, this is probably 3 or 4 inches. I bet I could do 6 inches a day. I think I can get it done in, maybe this is not one of the ones that I get done by this weekend, but I am still aiming to get it done by the end of next week. So this is my project number. I don't remember. Is it 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is my project number 5. And the thing that is like taking the longest is just untangling. I mean, it's not tangled, but undoing this with all the color thing. I've never tried any color work thing. I've never tried tapestry, whatever. I think for someone who doesn't know what they're doing, I didn't see it from this far back, but it looks like the photos. I was worried that you wouldn't be able to tell that these are like nails and that the finger ends here. Do you know what I mean? But I think that it would read that way if you're looking at it from afar. Oh my God. Okay, this is the one that I'm most excited about. I literally haven't tried making anything that was just art in years, in over 2 years. And I keep like overinflating what I should or shouldn't be doing in my head and overthinking it. And I just like, I've been thinking about reigniting that series for so long, and I just haven't done it because I was like, it has to be a weaving, and I don't know how to do tapestry crochet, so I shouldn't try. But then like, how the fuck am I supposed to learn if I never try? I don't know. I'm saying I'm just being stupid about it, and I'm not gonna be stupid about it anymore, and I'm just gonna fucking do it. And I don't have to show anyone. I don't have to show my mentors or my peers from whatever art world that I was in. Like, I think what is making me anxious about making art again, that's not like, I mean, I make art. I make art for Noodle Bones Shop, my thing. Etsy plug. Actually, boycott Etsy, but go to my Etsy to find something that you like, that you want to buy from me, and then message me and we'll set something up, because so I've been making art, but like for Noodle Bones, but it's more like production stuff. It's one-off weavings that I didn't really put specific intention to. It was made more with an edge to be decor over like an art piece that someone could sit and analyze and whatever. And a lot of my other stuff is I mean, like I said, production art, like coasters, pot holders, shrugs, whatever, like things that I put my own spin on, but ultimately it's just a product. I mean, it's not just a product. It's just as much of a product as it is art. But then I miss making art that is not a product. But then I keep overthinking it and thinking like, if I make it, so-and-so is going to be disappointed in me because they think that I can do better, or they're going to say that this is stupid, or blah, 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 blah. And I just like had such burnout post-grad that I just like, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it for the longest time. And then I've been thinking about trying to get back into it for the longest time as well. And just my brain is stopping me. So I'm really excited about this because this is my attempt at doing something that is not a product for someone to buy, that just it's just breaking the ice. I'm not shooting for something good. I'm not shooting for, I don't know, I'm not shooting for it to be anything that anybody even really sees. I just want to do something so that when I go to do more things, I'm not doing them for the first time again. You know, does that make sense? Whatever. So I'm really excited about it. It's subject matter that I feel really passionately about, and I get to sit and just listen to the music while I make the thing that was inspired by the music and the community and whatever. So That's my number 5 project that I started this week, and I'm just trying to finish it. I'm not trying to add to my long-term work in progress bins. Yeah, that's my Wednesday midweek check-in not review. Of course not review. My midweek check-in, studio check-in. Yes. But yeah, that's what I got going on. Have a nice day. Bye.